All right. My name is Tom, and I run a website called the Thinkrium, and it is not the Thinkrium on the address bar. You do not type in the Thinkrium. It's actually www.thinkrium.com. There'll be a link, obviously, in the description. This tutorial will be on creating a humanoid character in Blender, and then also rigging that character is going to be a fairly simple rig. We are going to use inverse kinematics because if you've ever tried to animate without inverse kinematics, it is a pain. It is awful. It takes way longer. We are going to obviously animate that character, and then we're going to port that animation into Three.js, which is a whole nother level of awesome. So flipping cool. So I actually wrote an article on this tutorial, and it is on my website. I will link to that article in under the description, and then I will link back from that article to this video. Big old circle of life. We're gonna Hakuna Matata this thing. So I think we should get started. What do you think? Y'all agree? Raise your hands if you agree. Are you raising your hands? All right, let's do it. Okay, so first off, that box is a big fat dumb box, and we should not have it. So also, I'm actually going to change the way we're looking at the axes. We're going to go to this view where the x-axis is on the horizon. I just prefer it. Something you should know between the 3.js and Blender is that the axes are different. So as we're looking right now, the y-axis is coming right at you, and that means the z-axis. If you look down here, I think that'll be in the way. Yeah. So that blue line, which is hard to see a little bit, is the z-axis. But in 3.js, that's actually the z and the y are swapped. So that z comes at you, and y-axis goes straight up. Yeah, that is helpful, I think, in orienting your models going forward in next step. Something we should probably add the next mesh, which is a plane. So we're going to Shift A, plane, and we're going to tab into edit mode, and let's merge. Let's merge. There's multiple ways you can do this. I'm going to merge. It's the fastest way. So I'm going to Alt M, merge it at the center. That leaves one vertice. We don't need this. And straight away, we're going to go right at it. Let's add a modifier. Badunk, badunk. And the mirror modifier is our choice. We're going to check y-axis, and we're going to check clipping. And we're going to extrude straight up. We don't need to lock the axis. It'll do that for us on this particular setting, but we are going to because I did. So deal with it. We are going to turn off clipping. And now we're going to turn this thing on. I think that's the flux capacitor. So we're going to turn, it's not actually the flux capacitor, but we're going to call it the flux capacitor because I want to. So turn on the flux capacitor so you can see it. Extrude, locking it into the x-axis. When I do any movements, I usually lock the axis because I like to know where my vertice or any movement will go to. That way I have no surprises later. It's just sometimes I think it maybe adds sometimes, but I like knowing without surprises. It's the software engineer in me. Okay, so now we have that. This will be the arms in time. We're going to go back to the original vertice, and we're going to extrude again, locking it into the x-axis yet again by pressing X. Now we have hips, and they don't lie. Boom. I almost resisted making that joke. I don't care. Made it. Deal with it. Extrude again, going down z-axis. Badoink-a-doink. Okay, and we are now having almost a whole humanoid form. Click off the y-axis because if you don't, you have a funky feet, and nobody wants funky feet. I think we all get that. Extrude again, locking it into the y-axis. Now we're going forward, making feet. Let's grab that. Oh my gosh. Let's grab that exists, the original vertice, extrude, making it, hold on. Lock it into the z-axis. That's what happens if you don't pay attention to what you're doing. And now we have what is Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. You can see that. That's the head and the neck, arms, hips, legs, feet. Let's make hands. We're going to extrude, locking into the x-axis for the palm. Extrude again for the locking it to the top joint. These are fingers. Extrude again, locking it to the middle joint of the finger. Extrude again, locking it to the bottom finger joint. Go back to the top where the wrist starts. Extrude. Now we're going to lock into the y-axis. Boom. And locking it again. Extrude y again. Boom. So what we did was we extruded and we locked it and we made, as you can see, maybe you can see, there's, hold on, the wrist, thumb top part, and then the joint. And this, so this doesn't have to be perfect, right? Right now, one point is that we're just making a tutorial so you can see the process. You can adjust and make anything you want to do, make your version, right? I'm making a simple, quick humanoid character because I actually works for me really well, and I think it might be helpful for you. You can do whatever you want. This is going to be the palm and the joints. I think so far you should be able to see everything I did. Hopefully you can see it. Now we're going to make the subdivisions, and when I subdivide, I don't just subdivide for the joints like the knees and the elbows and the neck. I actually also subdivide for the muscle thicknesses because hopefully you'll be able to see. Actually, we'll wait until we get to that point. I can hopefully be able to show that to you fairly well. But let's start subdividing. So we're going to click. Oh, we got to change the way. I mean, you don't have to, but it's faster. This is the edge selector. Okay, vertice and face selector. We're going to choose the edge selector because it's faster. W to subdivide. Boom, and actually, let's pull this out again just or a little bit. So, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to subdivide. I just pointed at my legs, the model's legs with my finger, and nobody can see that. That's funny. So we're going to subdivide for the thigh, which is here, knees, and then the calf. So it's 3. Now we're going to go to the torso. We're going to subdivide again, W, and we're going to subdivide twice. I mean, if we have to subdivide again, we can, but that should be good for now. And now we're going to go to the show arms, and we're going to have shoulders, biceps, elbow, and then I don't know the name of the forearm muscle, so that muscle. So we're going to subdivide that one 4 times. Boom. Is that 4? Did we get that right? Did I subdivide it too many times? 1, 2, 3, 4. That should be fine. Okay, and if not, who cares? So actually, what we'll do now, oh, we got to subdivide the, dang it, subdivide the neck. W, subdivide, let's subdivide that 3 times. Here's the great thing. If we subdivide too many times, we don't have to use all those vertices. We can just subdivide, and if we don't subdivide enough, we can add more vertices. We can just subdivide again. It's actually a fairly flexible system. I enjoy it. We're going to subdivide for the toes. Just subdivide once for the toes. Now we're going to add the skin modifier. Boom. That almost looks reasonable, but it totally is not humanoid just yet. It's more like a farming post, like an upside down football goal post. I don't know. It's not helping. I know that. Let's start with the modeling to a more humanoid-like character. So let's Z, and normally when you scale, let's actually put the vertice selector again. Normally when you scale something with the S, but this is scaled with Control A. So let's pick a vertice. Cool. Yeah, that's yeah, whatever. Let's pick a vertice. I tend to start on the chest. I think it just feels better. So scale here. In this part of the tutorial, I'm going to make it look more humanoid. You can adjust it to whatever likeness you prefer. I am going to just fiddle with it until I see what I like. Yeah. Let's just go ahead and add the next modifier because I'd like to see what it's going to look like so I can make the adjustments based on a more full visual. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add the next modifier, and that is a subdivision modifier. Ooh, see? Fixes or shows us what we're missing. Let's Z, and we can still adjust this. Let's push these into the middle here because that's not the middle. See, that's better. Well, we still got pointy butt. Let's see what happens if we add another subdivision. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Let's move. Actually, let's grab all of it in. Ooh, in the middle better. There we go. Yeah, that's better. I have a habit of doing that. I was grabbing the button. Let's make the muscles a bit better because that's lame. So we can see it. Let's make the shoulders a bit more shouldery. Control A. Let's push those a bit forward. Ooh. Yeah, it's not bad. Show elbows. What does it look like? Is that bad? Yeah, what do we think? Are we in agreement here? Got a song stuck in my head. I'm not singing it though. I'm not gonna do it. You got it right. Grab. Oops. Grab Y. Just a little bit back. And let's make the forearms more forearmy. Z. Control A. Yeah, that's better. How about we move those wrists? Oops. Out a bit. We got anything missing? Okay. Okay, let's see. What do you think? It's not bad. What do we think? What do we think? Yeah. So, let's let's see what happens if I do this. Let's move the feet back. Y. Boom. There we go. All right. Now that is not amazing. It is not perfect, but it's a fairly humanoid character, and we did it in a very quick amount of time. So there very well may be a better version of what I just did, right? There very well be, maybe, but I have not found a better or more quick way, and this is really has been helpful for me. So, I mean, we're not all the way done yet, but that's a large portion of the work. So what we're going to do now, and this is it's pretty important you do this in the right order. So we're going to add the modifiers and apply them, right? And you have to do this in the right order because it'll be wonky if you don't. So modifier, I'll show you the wonky version first. Let's apply the subsurf modifier. Ready for wonky? Super wonky. Oh, I'm in edit mode, that's fine. Okay, ready for wonky? Wonky! Control Z. Let's try wonky again. It's a new wonky. Wonky. That's a fun wonky though. Control Z. So you have to add you have to apply the mirror, then the skin, and then the subsurf. No wonky, right? So that's it. Now, this is the end of this portion of the tutorial. We're going to do some more later, and I'm going to try to get those done really quick. But yeah, this is a humanoid character, and I'm going to apply. Leave this file for download and my website, where again I have linked to under the description. You can find it there. If you have any questions, by all means leave them in the comments section. I have I totally want to hear your thoughts. If you think I could do this better, I push myself really hard. I want to be better at all things. But this has been really helpful for me. But I bet you, this here, let's make that better because I'm gonna go crazy if I don't. I've already, I need to have that better. It's gonna drive me bananas. Let's get those modifiers back. Oh, come back. Well, there you go. Why did they come back? There we go. I wasn't in object mode, I guess. So I'm going to change that because I don't like those thighs. Where did I put my thighs? Are my thighs? There we go. What do we think about that? Is that better? That feels better. Let's try those modifiers again. So again, what do we think, guys? Like it? That's better. I think I feel better about that. He's doing a little dance. His butt's shaking. Okay. Let's apply the mirror modifier again. Son of a gun. Here, here, here. Now, that feels better. So, all the stuff I just said, and we out.